What's up, everyone? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the stream. Poor man, what's up? Thank you. Thank you for the message. Thank you for the message, my brother. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Monday night stream. Give me a minute. I'm sorry. Give me a minute. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I had a call. What's up, everyone? What's up? How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's doing well. All right. So I have a few videos for tonight. I think a few interesting ones. So let's get started. Let's not dilly daddle. Let's get started. Let's get started with some TikTok videos. All right, let's get started with some TikTok videos.
Y'all need to start going through these niggas' phones, not to see if they're cheating, but in fact to see if they're DL. Word of advice. Homegirl got flown out the other day, went through his phone. You thought you were gonna find bitches. She did find bitches. She found bitches shit inside the crib too. Then she found niggas. I said, what you mean you found niggas? She said, I found niggas. And I found him. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I'm gonna let her tell the story because I'm not gonna tell it on here. But I highly suggest y'all go through that man's phone. If he looked gay, if he talked gay, if he looked a little fruity, if he looked like he even got a little bit of sugar in his motherfucking tank, y'all need to check that motherfucking messages, that Snapchat, whatever it may be, because niggas be out here on the fucking low. Go do that now. Y'all need-
This is kind of ridiculous, right? When it is women who are the biggest supporters of the alphabet people. It is women. Men don't support that shit. Men do not support that shit. It's women. You are supporting these people's lifestyle. Okay? You're supporting, oh, go be yourself, go crazy, go do this. No. That shit was for like it was shameful. Okay? It was shameful. And here's the thing what I always got like, at the end of the day, you chose that man. Still, it's like it always goes back to this. You chose that man. If women complain about liars, cheaters, abusers, now bi, right? Men that are DL or essentially that's bi, okay? Because he's dealing with both genders. You complain about broke men, you complain about all this shit. But essentially, it's you complain about men you chose. You're not complaining about strangers. You're not complaining about men you don't know. You're not complaining about men you're not attracted to. No. You're complaining about men you go for. Gotta say something, right? Gotta say something about the women constantly choosing these said men.
need to start going through these niggas' phones, not to see if they're cheating, but in fact to see if they're DL.
Here's the thing, okay? I always gotta say, if you have the notion, if you have the toxicity that you need to go through someone's phone, you might as well just break up with them. Okay? If you're feeling like this person could possibly or is the type of person to cheat, you might as well not get with these people. I find it kind of funny in a sense where a lot of women like if this man was charming, right, and he's probably good looking, right? If he's good looking, charming, tall, whatever other attributes I'm not saying that's a 100% sign that this man cheats, but it is a clear indicator that this man has the ability or the propensity to cheat. Okay, not all men have that ability. Okay, I mean, at least not for free, or at least not easily. So, same thing, like the things that I find it funny that women would want to go with: athletes, entertainers, CEOs, highly attractive men. Do you think these men are the type of men that are monogamous in mindset? Do you think these types of men are the faithful type of men? I honestly believe, this is not for every man, but a lot of men are only as faithful as their options. A lot of men are only as faithful as their options. So,
Word of advice. Homegirl got flown out the other day, went through his phone. You thought you were going to find bitches. She did find bitches.
Also, here's another thing. A guy that flies you out. You think you're alone? You think you think you're so special he's the only one that flown you out? I swear to God, this is the thing where you see these red flags. A man that flies you out? You think that man is a morally sound type of man? No. That man, he's flying you out for one thing, not for you to be his girlfriend. He's flying you out to have sex. So a man that's a degenerate, okay? A man that's a degenerate, he's essentially paying for women to come to him so he can have fun with them. You think he wouldn't, like, go full force degenerate? Like, cheat? Like, play the other field? These men are immature degenerates. So, no duh, he would, he has no inhibitions. No duh, he's the type of man that has no inhibitions. He doesn't care about cheating. He doesn't care about playing the other side. Here's a man that has no discipline, that has no real morality. He is 100% controlled by his lust. Men that are 100% controlled by their lust are honestly weak men. And in my honest opinion, dangerous men. And also, these men are not notoriously monogamous or faithful or morally sound. So you were fine with being flown out, and you think what? This man is a great man? A morally sound? You think this man is a man of God, right? A man that would fly you out. You think he's a man of God? Really? I really want women to... This is why... this is the importance of actually listening, like watching women's stuff, react. This is why I like to react to women's shit, right? Because you can dissect the red flag. You can dissect the insanity, the delusion. This is why I said why they are the problem. Because at the end of the day, you cannot control other people. You cannot control degenerate men. You cannot control immoral men. But what you can do is control your fucking self. That's what you can do, right? Or that's within your power. That is within your power to do. Control your fucking self. But guess what? You didn't. You couldn't do that. Steve, what's up, my brother? Thank you for becoming a member. You couldn't control yourself. So you chose to be flown out and thinking what? This man is gonna what? Propose to you? You think that you're being flown out to what? What is this man gonna do? Go to Bible study with you? No. He flown you out to be part of his degeneracy, right? He flown you out to have sex. He flown you out to have fun. Well, again, yes, part of that is him doing all this other shit. Thank you. Thank you. AJ's amazing. AJ's amazing. I love the guy. I love the brother.
She found bitches shit inside the crib, too. Then she found niggas. I said, what you mean you found niggas?
I want to know. So, is it because he's gay that's the problem? Because she's focusing more on the gay part. Or is it because he's a degenerate? He's a cheater. Right? Or I don't know if he's a cheater because they're not in a relationship, but he's a degenerate. What do you have a problem with? Him having sex with a lot of women or him having sex with men? This is the thing that I want more people to understand. If you are degenerate, if you are controlled by your lust, there's a high chance that, you know what, you would want to experience all types of lust, right? That you have no inhibitions, that you have no you have no self-discipline. So you would, try to do all these other crazy shit. So, I'm done with all the stupidity. Let them be broke and hit bottom like all men have. I don't disagree.
She said I found niggas. And I found him. Oh, Jesus Christ.
The insanity for you to you know, use the name of our Lord, right? Seriously?
Oh my God. I'm gonna let her tell the story because I'm not gonna tell it on here. But I highly suggest y'all go through that man's phone. If he look gay, if he talk gay, if he look a little fruity, if he look like he even got a little bit of sugar in his motherfucking tank, y'all need to check that motherfucking messages. That Snapchat.
Steve, thank you, my brother. Thank you for showing the love. This is a thing, okay? Looks a little gay. What does that really look like? Is he wearing a dress? It's like, what is that really? This is a thing where, why not find a man with morality, with character, right? A man that's, about principles. Why not find that? Why not focus on that?
Whatever it may be. Because niggas be out here on the fucking low. Go do that now. Y'all need to.
Yeah. Great. All right, let's check another story out, right? I always like listening to these dating stories because it's an interesting thing, right? It's you are peeking in the world of modern day women.
So last night, I let a man come to my house. He's not a stranger. He's somebody who's been to my house before. Um, I think that we are just on a friends only level at this point. Um, but also,
So not a stranger. So she's judged his character already. She's judged his character already, and deemed that his character is at least good enough to be at least let into her home. Okay. And she thinks this man is a friend. I've said this, right? I, in my honest opinion, unless you have like zero attraction for this person, like if both parties, right? Hopefully, if both parties have like almost zero attraction for each other, then yes, you can be friends. Otherwise, I don't really think men and women can be friends. Not easily, not the majority.
the moment of him getting here, it was gonna be just us. It was gonna be other plans, and then those didn't happen. So and I was like, hey, few things. I'm not gonna sleep with you. I made that clear before he got in his car, before we got to my house, outside of my house, all of that. And also I had another friend coming over as well. Um, so like someone else is on their way over as well, so that we just having a kickback. But also I just need you to be crystal clear. We are not on that time. Nothing is gonna happen. And of course, I can't knock you for trying. He, put forth a little effort there. And then when it comes clear that I'm not going to sleep with him, and
I gotta say this, right? Some men gotta have a bit of self-respect, but I get it. Men have a bit of perseverance. I get it. Okay, and I've been there in the sense that, being in the friend zone, I keep on trying to, you know, change that up. I get it. But at the end of the day, I found out that it's a showing of lack of self-respect. Here's a woman that don't find you attractive. Obviously don't think you are good enough to be a boyfriend. She thinks you're good enough to be a friend. So essentially she likes your personality. She likes chilling with you, right? She likes whatever. But she doesn't think you're attractive enough to be a boyfriend, then I wouldn't even want to be around this type of woman, because honestly, she's just using you now, right? For the all the other shit that a boyfriend would does, except for any kind of physical attachment. So I wouldn't even bother.
My friend had not shown up yet. He was like, well, is your dog trying to F? Is my dog, my dog trying to F? My dog. This dog right here. Right there. Yeah, so that's my dog. She's 30 pounds.
You think he meant your friend as your dog? I mean, sometimes this is the problem with ebonics, right? This is the problem with slang. People say, dogs as friend too. Okay, so that is a problem. That's a problem that happens. And again, this is a problem with ebonics. This is a problem with slang. Sometimes you don't know what it means, right?
And you're asking, and she had hopped on his lap because this is her house. And he was like, why your dog all over the place? I was like, because she lives here. This is her house. She can do what she wants here. You are a guest. She lives here. But yeah, it was like, oh, I mean, like, I'm saying you're not trying to do nothing. Like, your dog all up on me. Is she trying to F? And as I'm trying to process this information, and also, mind you, he knows somebody else is on their way to the house. Like, somebody else is about to pull up as well. And yeah. And when I was like, you need to leave. You are weird. You need to get out of my house.
Again, just shows you how women have poor, character judging skills. Honestly, women, could you be surprised? Okay, could you be surprised how women constantly fail at picking men? Could you be surprised? I'm not. If you actually listen to women, you cannot be surprised that women constantly, over and over again, fail to pick a good man. Women do not know how to judge people. And I find it funny. I find it really crazy that supposedly women are better socially than men. Women are supposedly better at judging people better than men. But like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it's true. In all honesty, this is why men have very little friends, in my opinion. I think this is why men have very little friends, because men are, in my opinion, better at judging people than women. Because men don't try, oh, you know what? No, I'm cool. I'm not, I don't view you as someone worth putting this effort in. Okay. Or whatever. I just feel that men are more selective in who they let into the inner circle, in my opinion. But women, doesn't seem like it.
He asked me that question maybe like 3-4 times, and then just randomly passed out at one point where I like couldn't even wake him. Wakes up. I finally get him woke. Show him a picture of him sleeping. Was like, please leave my house. And then also asked about my dog's skills. And I can't be the only person who has this information. I can't be the only person who knows that somebody asked me that. And before you ask, no, he's not. He's not. I can't be the only person who knows this.
It's not what?
Are the men okay?
This is what I hate about a lot of women, right? I'm sorry. But this is so weird, right? She said a story about one man. A story about one man. So because this one man who she chose to interact with, she chose this man to interact with. She chose this man to think that he's a friend. She said he's a friend. Okay? She said he's a friend. She chose this man to allow into her home. Your safe space, right? Your sanctuary. You chose this man as a friend. You allow this man into your home. This one man, because this one man is weird. Now you're saying, are men okay? How's the correlation? How is that correlation? Unless you let, I don't know, 100,000 men into your home, and all 100,000 men are weird and did the same thing, then maybe, right? Then I would say like at least your study pool, right, is pretty large, right? I would at least say your study pool is pretty large. So it's not a far out indicator of, yeah, maybe are men okay. But I find it really disingenuous with a lot of women who have an experience with one man, 2 men, 5 men, 10 men. And then because of that experience with a very select few men you chose to interact with, right? Again, she chose him as a friend. She deemed him as a friend. She let him out. She allowed him into her home. No one forced her, right? This man didn't force himself into her home. He didn't force himself into her life. He didn't force himself as her friend. And then you use this one example to blanket men. This is why I say a lot of women's arguments are disingenuous. It really is.
Because this can't be normal behavior. In all of my years, I've never had that question pitched to me. And now I got to put my dog up before company comes over because I can't have people trying to F my dog. And I didn't know that I would have to ever say that sentence.
Well, you chose them. So I don't know what to tell you. You chose them. All right, let's check out a new one. Let's check out another one.
Tell me if I'm crazy, but am I the only girl that guys don't want to be chill with after we like break up or something? Because literally every single guy that I've dated, or not that I've like dated a bunch of guys or anything, but every single guy that I've dated or talked to, they don't want to be chill anymore. They want to cut contact on everything. They make it weird. They don't want to be chill. And like, what does that say about me, bro? Literally, what does that say about me? Like, what why don't guys want to be chill? Like, why don't guys want to be chill anymore? Because then I look at other girls' relationships and their exes, and they're still friends and they still hang out and they still do all this shit. And I would be so down for that. I would be so down for that. Because like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, we can still be friends. Like, what does that say about me? What does that say about me? What does it say about me? Like, bro, because I don't make things weird. I don't make things weird. I'm still chill. I'm chill, bro. I'm straight. Like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. We can still have fun. We can still be friends. It's not that deep. It was never that deep. It never will be that deep. And it never is that deep. Tell me if I'm crazy.
You seem, yeah, I mean, come on. This is sometimes, I think women are ridiculous. Now, not all cases, right? Not all cases. But I believe a lot of cases. Men don't desire to be friends with exes. Now, the men that do, I'm not saying that, maybe they do like their ex that much, but it's weird, right? Because why would they be your ex if you like them that much? Now, I would say not the only, but one of the main reasons, if he's still your friend, is that he see that, you know what? There's a chance for me to get back with you. Or there's a chance for me to have sex with you. That is it. Now, in the case that he doesn't want to be your friend, he doesn't even want to have sex with you. He doesn't want nothing to do with you. So, yeah, you are weird. That's it. There's a reason. I mean, I think, right? Unless you're saying that he broke up with you, yeah, he doesn't want to be your friend. because he broke up with you. Now, I don't think it's very likely that she broke up with him and just want to be friends with him, and he says no. I think usually, I mean, of course, there's always exceptions. I think it's usually like if he broke up with her, okay. I mean, if she broke up with him, there's a higher chance that he would still want to be friends because he may want to still get back with her, right? He may want to be still in her circle to find the chance to get back with her. Now, I'm assuming because it seems like it that he broke up with her and doesn't want to be friends. She still want to be friends. That's what I'm assuming. Because again, you gotta think it in a more logical way, more balance of probability. If he broke up with you, he doesn't find nothing he wants when it comes to you. If you broke up with him, more likely he still wants a piece of you, right? So, you know, and a lot of women gotta realize that it is that deep. It is that deep because honestly, there is a relationship behind that. I think a lot of women, they muddle, right? They muddle relationships, all different kinds of relationship. And I think that's part of women being chaotic. I honestly do. I think it's part of women being chaotic because now the shit, you're just making something messy, in my opinion. In my opinion, anyone who still wants to be friends with their exes, you are potentially making things chaotic, making things messy, leaving the opportunity for something kind of messy and chaotic that may pop up, and speaks a lot about women, right? So, I don't know. What do you guys think? How's everyone doing? Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. All right. I think this will be interesting. I have a couple clips. There's a bunch of different clips, but this first one seems to be interesting.
I think the reason women are superior to men is because women are always seeking to evolve and to grow. I think we're more mature. I think that we invest in our education as it relates to reading more books, watching films about how we can become better. Spiritual walk. You just look at church. What's the percentage of women that go to church versus men? All I'm saying is I think men really need to lean into and shift the pendulum when it comes to personal development. I picked up this book. I'm going to actually give this to my husband. It's called The Man You're Called to Be. And I think that that's what life is about. We're supposed to be getting better. If you have a man, a boyfriend, husband, brother, nephew, I think that this is a good addition to their repertoire of things. Anthony D. Bryce wrote this book, which was inspired by a post that he posted online where men were not feeling seen. And I think that is a big deal. I think that is a big issue that we have generally and culturally. Get the book. I think the reason.
Now, seems like she's trying to, advertise this book, but her first part is very debunkable, right? Her first part is very debunkable. Saying women are superior is absolutely. I've said this before, where women, at the end of the day, women are no better than men. Women show themselves as no different than men. So, because you gotta imagine the rhetoric, okay? Imagine if men did that, right? Men are superior to women. Women will have a consumption, right? Women will have, women will call outrage, right? Women will be angry if men come out and say men are superior to women, right? And we have plenty of men, that do that. Like, Fresh and Fit. They say that they're superior to women. And how many hate do those men get? Yeah, it's okay, right? It's fine for a woman to say that they're superior to men. The hypocrisy there, I find it funny. Because here's another thing. Those women are so superior to men, yet they complain about the pay gap. How superior are you when you complain that you make less than men? Women are so superior to men, yet they complain about the patriarchy. Okay, so you are living under the government of men. Wow, you're so superior. Yet you can't create your own government. You can't create your own infrastructure. You can't even protect yourself. Right? Women constantly complain about men being dangerous. I'd rather pick the bear. Right? Where's the superiority? Where's the superiority? And here's the thing where throughout history, women are so superior, yet men have shown the higher level of intelligence. There are more outstanding men than there are outstanding women. Being a little bit above average means what? Really nothing, right? It's nothing special. Oh, you're a little bit above average. So what? You're still basically average. But women love to, scream to the rooftop, you're a little better than average. Yet you also claim victimhood. So what is it? Are you better than men? Are you superior to men? Or are you being oppressed by men? I find that the hypocrisy there. So you are saying that you are superior to men, yet you complain that men are oppressing you. Quite the conundrum. Wayne, what's up, my brother? Sydney, Australia. Whoa! I cannot believe I have a Australian watcher. That is amazing. I love that. I love that. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne. Ooh, it's 11. What are you watching? Why are you watching this at 11? At 12 in the morning. Well, you're crazy. Or 12 in the afternoon. Women saying they are superior to men because these women are really insecure. Exactly. Shows their insecurity. Now let's dissect this a bit.
I think the reason women are superior to men is because women are always seeking to evolve and to grow.
How is that? How is women always seeking to evolve and to grow? To be honest, I find women supposedly seeking, to grow or evolve is more about women getting more selfish throughout time. What is their example of really evolving and growing? Just seems like more selfishness.
I think we're more mature.
How are you more mature? What, in all honesty, what has shown women to be more mature than men? I mean, I would love an example, right? How are women more mature than men? She doesn't really give an example of that, but in my opinion, I don't see that. Because here's the thing, at the end of the day, when you are constantly asking for someone to provide for you, shows a bit of immaturity, okay? Right? When you're, women are constantly, particularly online, I will make that distinction. Women constantly online are trying to push men to provide for them. I have so many videos, an archive of videos showing that. So how are you so mature when you are you are like a child that needs a man to provide for you?
I think that we invest in our education as it relates to reading more books.
Invest in your education, reading more books. Here's the thing. Women predominantly read fantasy books. Women predominantly do not read, let's say, because you gotta think, okay? Let's think about women in colleges. Yes, women are out earning degrees than men. But you gotta think, what degrees are women out earning? Right? What degrees are women actually, taking? It's really a lot of times useless degrees. A degree in colonialism, right? My brother, my bro AJ has done quite a few videos of women doing ridiculous degrees. Okay, a degree in, I don't know, like I said, colonialism. A degree in African American studies. Okay, great. What does that do for you? A degree in music theory. Okay, whatever. A degree in, I don't know, fucking know. It's like a lot of the degrees that women do are low paying. doesn't require high levels of intelligence. Now, social work. I mean, I'm not discrediting how amazing social work is because it's helpful, but it's not a sign of intelligence. Right? Social work isn't a sign of intelligence. Let's say nurse, being a nurse. I'm not saying it's not helpful. It is amazing. Being a nurse is an amazing thing. But again, being a nurse is not a sign of high level of intelligence. It's not. Women predominantly do not go into STEM fields, sciences, math, technology, right? Women don't. So really, and usually those fields require a high level of intelligence. Women do not, women are not the majority in those fields, right? Women are not the majority in engineering. That is a high level of intelligence, right? It requires a high level of intelligence, engineering field. Women do not dominate in the fields that require a high level of intelligence. Yeah, I mean, plenty of men read.
Watching films about how we can become better, spiritual.
And you know what? By telling everyone, judging men constantly and playing the victim. Exactly. Right? Constantly judging people, constantly judging men. And really, I always find too, constantly judging the men that you choose to interact with. That's the thing where I'm going for, right? I mean, you can judge people. It is what it is. But I find it funny. I find it lack of maturity when you're judging the men that you chose, right? The liars, the cheaters, the bad boys, the pookies, the ray-rays, right? The men that you chose, the abusers, the men that can't commit, the men that you say is DL, whatever. You chose them. You should have been mature enough to understand accountability. Yet women don't understand accountability. Women are so mature, yet they can't understand the concept of accountability. And here's the thing where women constantly throw around the word narcissism, right? Constantly throw around all these toxic masculinity. Yeah, I don't view that as maturity.
You just look at church. What's the percentage of women that go to church versus men?
Using church, that women predominantly go to church as a superiority, right? As a trait of superiority. Here's the thing. Women predominantly go to church, yet they don't even follow the word of God. Women are more combative than ever. There are more single moms than ever. There are less marriages than ever. There are more divorces than ever. Okay? Women are more aggressive, combative, disobedient, right? Follow no lead of a man. So what in women's life, right? What in women's life actually shows that she's following the teachings of God? What? Right? What in a woman's life actually shows that she's following the teachings of God? I think none. I think practically none. Right? Being a single mom is not a big teaching, that God, teaches, right? Women are never wrong.
All I'm saying is I think men really need to lean into and shift the pendulum when it comes to personal development.
Now, again, we can find common grounds. I agree. I do agree that more men need to focus on themselves. More men need to focus on being the best version of themselves. I do 100% agree. I agree that more men need to focus on bettering themselves, focus on improving their mental state, focus on their physical state, focusing on their financial state. More men need to do that. So that I 100% agree. Because I think a lot of men are depressed or struggling in life, or have no plans in life because they have no direction. They feel like they have no purpose. They're guideless. But one of the things that you need to learn is improving yourself. And I believe that not many men do that. Not many men focus on that. So I agree with her on that. I
picked up this book.
Now, I don't care about the book part because you're peddling stupidity, right? You figure out what book you want to read. But we found some common ground. I just think that it's ridiculous to start out your ad, or your whatever ad, with saying that women are superior to men, and then saying, "Oh, men should buy this." Yeah, that's stupid. That's idiotic, in my opinion. But yeah. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Thank you, everyone. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, let's check this one out.
If we are on a date and you are a grown man and you order a steak, you get it well done, you are going to be walking out of that restaurant alone. If we are on a date and you are a grown man and you order a steak, you get it well done, you are going to be walking out of that restaurant alone.
Yes, so mature, right? Women are so mature. I find that highly immature to judge people on what they're eating, or how they should eat what they're eating. Insanely immature, right? So not just that. Okay, not only do you expect a man to plan a date, to set up a date, to plan the date, to pay for the date, you also expect a man to eat how you deem he should eat. The absolute insanity of women. It really is. I find women absolutely funny. And this is why I love, okay? I love these videos. Why? Because it's video evidence, right? This is a thing where back whenever, okay? If men just say shit, they're saying shit. No proof. Where's the proof at it? But today, I love social media in that sense, right? So men will say shit. Oh, you're like, oh, where's the proof? You're lying. Women don't do that. Women don't. Oh, yes, they do. The lack of maturity right there. The lack of maturity right there. The high level of selfishness. The high level entitlement right there. So much judgment on her part. A shame that they don't judge people on things that truly matter. Exactly. Is he a good man? Yeah. Judge. Why you judge men on his morality, his principles, right? His values. No, you judge men on how they have a steak. High level of maturity right there. Exactly. When these women tell you who they are, believe them. Exactly. This is a thing where, for me personally, right? I stop bending over backwards for women when it comes to online dating, right? I stop bending over backwards for women. If I'm messaging with someone, right? If I'm messaging with someone and it's constantly me asking questions, it's constantly me pushing conversations, I'm gonna stop. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of always the expectations 100% on men's shoulders. I'm tired of that shit. Obviously, it shows me, right? Because this is the thing why men improving themselves matters so much. Because then you can see the BS, and you won't allow the BS. You won't allow the BS because you can see that. Oh, I can see this woman is not attracted to me. I can see this woman is not into me. So this is why she's showing such low effort. You know what? Yo, Wayne, I've been hearing Australia is having a serious problem with feminism, right? Serious problem with, you would think that, I don't know, right? It's just the things I've heard coming from Australia. You would think that the feminists or, men and women dynamic is terrible in the States, right? In the US. But the amount of things I hear coming out from Australia, it sounds like it's 10 times worse. So I don't know. If it is 10 times worse, I feel bad for you, my brother. All right, let's check out this clip.
A lot of incels believe that women shouldn't sleep around with men, and I have to agree, but for completely different reasons. You see, an incel thinks that women shouldn't sleep around because we lose value and we become spoiled goods, whereas I just believe a lot of men aren't deserving of pleasure. Like, I don't think you lose worth every single time you have sex, but that sex is worth something to men. So if they aren't doing anything to get it, if they aren't taking you out, courting you, giving you attention, at the very least, being there for you emotionally, then you owe it to yourself to not let them have access to you. A lot of incels.
Here's the thing with women, right? Women show that you have to understand, right? We all have to understand our value in the dating market. Now, value in the dating market is different than value as a human being. Okay. Women need to learn how to distinguish things. It is 100% different. So in the dating market, yes, your body is 100% the product. That is the value. It's your body. Okay. Not just your body, but that is a big component in the dating market. Your body is valuable, right? So it does, the more different men use your body, obviously it gets less valuable. What is it? Kevin Samuel, the Godfather, said, what product gains more value over time with more use? Right? What product over time gains more value with more use? Nothing. There is nothing on this earth gains more value with more use. There isn't anything, at least not out of all of the videos that he has made, right? And plenty of women have called in. I've not heard a single woman able to give an example. Not a single thing. What product gains more value the more it's used? I've never heard of a single example. So no, you do lose value.
Sleep around with men, and I have to agree, but for completely different reasons. You see, an incel thinks that women shouldn't sleep around because we lose value and we become spoiled goods, whereas I just believe a lot of men aren't deserving of pleasure.
Here's the problem with that, okay? So she says a lot of men are not deserving of pleasure. Fine, right? Okay. But at the end of the day, you gotta think, the men that women sleep with are the men women choose. It's not a lot of men, right? It's not just saying that, oh, we're not talking about incels, okay? And in my view, that's what she's viewing. So you have to think that women are actually talking about, you're talking about the men you're attracted to? Are you talking about the men you're attracted to don't deserve pleasure? Is that what you're trying to say? The men you are attracted to don't deserve pleasure. Or are you just saying men in general? Because here's the thing, she's stuck up. Exactly. I do agree. Because women don't interact with most men. By dating statistics, it has shown that most women find most men unattractive. So we already know that women believe most men don't deserve pleasure, right? Because women are not interested in most men. The conversation should be are the men that you are into, do those men deserve pleasure? Because surprisingly, women will give said men they're attracted to pleasure. This is why women ignore this, what she's going to say, okay?
Like, I don't think you lose worth every single time you have sex, but that sex is worth something to men. So if they aren't doing anything to get it, if they aren't taking you out, courting you.
Omni-Man, what's up, my brother? Who died and made her God? Who died and made her God, exactly. This is the thing. You can find, I guarantee you, plenty of incels would court you, right? Would treat you like a goddess, treat you like a queen, put you on a pedestal. But you don't want those men. This is the problem that a lot of women seem to not be able to accept. You can find a man that will court you. The problem is, are you attracted to said men? So to say that a lot of men don't deserve pleasure, okay, fine, whatever. So what? That isn't the case. Because what we should be talking about, do the men that you want deserve pleasure? Because it seems like a lot of women still ignore, right, all the courting, all the shit, because she wants him. So she will still give him the ass if she wants him enough. So at the end of the day, it still seems like the ball's in women's court, but women ignore said thing, right?
You giving you attention at the very least, being there for you emotionally, then you owe it to yourself to not let him have access to you.
I also find it funny, okay? One of the tenets, right, is we people always say, I mean, it's been an old school, I guess, advice is that marry before you carry. Essentially, essentially, right? It's essentially, don't give your body to a man that wouldn't marry you. Yet, women still ignore that fact. Women still ignore that advice. So I find it funny that you think you could give advice to women, yet women don't listen to anyone. Women do not listen to anyone. Women don't listen to men. Women don't listen to government. Women don't even listen to other women. So at the end of the day, you are only to blame, right? I guarantee you this woman has given her body to plenty of men that weren't courting her, that weren't giving her attention, that weren't treating her great. Plenty. I guarantee it.
I don't even understand how it's possible that somebody who looks as good as I do is pumping my own gas. It's an evil world we live in. I don't even understand how it's possible that somebody who looks as good as I do is pumping my own gas. It's an evil world we live in.
Big Barge, what's up, my brother? What's up? It's because it's your car. It's because it's your car. Where's your man then? I find the women so entitled. The word conceited comes to mind. I definitely agree. Definitely conceited. This is why I'm surprised. I mean, studies, weirdly, I don't know. I mean, I haven't looked too deep into it. But studies show she works on the street corner. It seems like it. This is a thing where studies, I don't know. I haven't looked too deep into it, but surprisingly, studies have shown that men are more narcissistic. But I don't know. I question that study. Because when you look at how women are, particularly online, I cannot understand how men are more narcissistic than women. Women are so egotistical, insanely egotistical, in my opinion. So it blows my mind that women do not outnumber in men in narcissistic tendencies. I'm surprised. Because here's a woman that thinks that a man, some random man, should be pumping her gas. Why? What does he get for it? To look at you? Means what? Are you going to give him your body because he's pumping your gas? Oh, no. Right? You're not going to do that. But what? He should look at you like an object? Just because you're good looking, right? Because you're good looking, you deserve what? Some random man to pump your gas? Where is your man? This is the problem I find is so many beautiful women, so many gorgeous women, so many beautiful, pretty women. Yet none of them have men. It's interesting. That's what I said. I can't. I'm seriously surprised by these studies. If it actually says men are more narcissistic, I cannot believe that.
I don't even understand how it's possible that somebody who looks as good as I do is pumping my own gas. It's an evil world we live in.
It's crazy. All right, let's check this one out.
Don't date men who are passionate about video games. The common denominator with women who are at their wits' end with their useless fucking husbands are the video games. I used to say don't date men who play video games at all. And you know what? I've never even stumbled upon one in my dating pool. Even like my high school boyfriend didn't fuck with video games. He was the captain of every team, it felt like, so he had other things to do. He had games in real life to keep him occupied, as well as myself. And as an adult, I don't even know where I would find a man who was like, I'm real passionate about Grand Theft Auto. But are there guys who play video games where it's not their like number one pastime? And even for the dudes who are like, I gotta play Call of Duty every day, Are those men gainfully employed? Are they successful? Anywho, I used to say never date a guy who plays video games, and now I'm like, don't date a guy who's very passionate about them because that's a red flag. You just don't want a man who looks forward to escaping into an alternate reality for hours on end, where they are fully a different person, doing often like violent things. And like for the ones that do the sport one,
every act.
don't date men who are passionate about video games. The common denominator with women who are at their wits' end with their useless fucking husbands are the video games. I used to say, don't.
She looks like a Grand Theft Auto druggie. It's funny because this woman is single, right? This woman is single. I find it funny because you said, okay, none of your boyfriends, none of the men in your dating pool plays video games. Yet, seems like that doesn't work out. Maybe it's not the video games that's actually the common denominator. So, because imagine if men blame women, right? Men blame women's problems that they have with women on, I don't know, women watching, I'm trying to think what. Women watching reality TV. Because women do predominantly watch reality TV. Right? Out of the two genders, women are the ones to predominantly watch reality TV. So I find it funny that, okay, so should men say that, oh, predominantly the reason why men have so much problems with their useless wives is because women watch reality TV. Oh, don't date a woman that watch reality TV. So we can't have hobbies then. So you want to boil down any flaws in a relationship to having a hobby? So what should he be doing? Go drinking? Right? Or go fishing, leave you, right? Not be around you. It's like men cannot do nothing and women constantly complain about everything. Everything. Something he's doing a hobby that's essentially harmless. Essentially, keeps him out of any kind of trouble. Okay? But that is a red flag.
Don't date men who play video games at all. And you know what? I've never even stumbled upon one in my dating pool. Even like my high school.
And yet you're still single. Maybe you should put more thought into that than thinking about video games as a red flag.
Boyfriend didn't fuck with video games. He was the captain of every team, it felt like, so he had other things to do. He had games in real life to keep him occupied, as well as myself. And as an adult, I don't even know where I would find.
And yet you're not together anymore. Ain't that something? Maybe he found that you preoccupied with you wasn't that great.
Find a man who was like, I'm real passionate about Grand Theft Auto. But are there guys who play video games where it's not their like number one pastime? And even for the dudes who are like, I gotta play Call of Duty every day, are those men gainfully employed? Are they successful? Anywho, I used to say never date a
Noodles, what's up, my brother? She wants the Chad that isn't a nerd. It seems like that. But again, she wants the Chad that isn't a nerd, yet you see her dating history. She's still single. So dating the Chads hasn't worked out for her. Now she only has maybe the nerds as an option, yet she hates men that play video games. So maybe she's just complaining about her insecurities.
guy who plays video games. And now I'm like, don't date a guy who's very passionate about them because that's a red flag. You just don't want a man who looks forward to escaping into an alternate reality for hours on end where they are.
Really? I find it funny. So it's a red flag that men escape to a fantasy, right? An alternate reality. Yet it's okay that women escape into the real world that's drama filled, right? Reality TV. Women constantly watch reality TV, watch dramas. So what women like to do is jump into reality that's very drama filled, chaotic. That's better, right? That's better.
Are fully a different person, doing often like violent things. And like for the ones that do the sport ones, shouldn't you just like be out there playing the game? Go get a team together, sweat a little. Don't pretend to play us. It's just, it's also the least sexy thing in the world. It's gross. Unless you're Taylor Swift.
I find it interesting that you care about this is the so it's the least sexiest thing. Okay, cool. So I don't know. This woman is not this is what I have a problem with, okay? Where you constantly see average to sometimes below average women determining what is sexy, what is attractive, and all that shit. It is quite entitled, right? The high level entitlement, the audacity. This is why a lot of times I have no sympathy for when men criticize women on what is attractive or criticize women if they are attractive or not. Because at the end of the day, if when roles are reversed, which, right, it's reversed, women will criticize you on what they believe is attractive or not attractive. This is why I've said this countless times before, why I have no sympathy for women in the dating market. They bring it on themselves. I'm sorry, this woman is not attractive, really. Okay? And she has certain features that are very unattractive. Yet, at the very least, your personality would be nice. But no, you're not humble. You're not humble. You have an ugly personality that goes along with your outside, okay? At least show that you have a better look inside to, show, to compensate for anything. But no, you just show how ugly you're inside. To call men that have a hobby, have a passion for something, okay? Because a lot of men, I believe most men work. But you don't think that it's a good thing to have something that can decompress somebody, okay? That can, make a man feel good, make a man find some happiness. You don't care about that. So you call that unattractive. Unless he does whatever you deem as attractive. It's absolutely disgusting. It's absolutely next level of entitlement.
Sitting next to Travis Kelce, who's actually an NFL player, while he plays whatever the NFL game is on a PlayStation. It's gross. It's disgusting. Don't date men who are passionate about video games. I said that men who are passionate about video games are a red flag, and the gamer boys, they lost it. They came for my forehead. I like to call it robust. I've had this forehead my entire life. You don't think they called me five head in elementary school? To be clear, unless you are objectively hotter than me, why should I care about anything you say regarding my appearance? You can make fun of my forehead all you want. I'm fine with that, but you just gotta be hotter than me. And I won't believe it unless you show a picture of yourself. And we all know you won't do that. Anywho, back to the matter at hand, video games. I was ignorant to the fact that there are a wide variety of video games, and the ones that are most problematic to families happen to be the MMORPGs, massively multiplayer online role-playing games. These are your World of Warcrafts, your Final Fantasies, your Elder Scrolls. Studies have shown that couples who game together are very happy. It's only when one party is obsessed that it becomes a disaster for the entire family. 75% of...
You know how stupid that is, right? You can say that about anything. You can say about anything. When one party is obsessed on something, right? And then you ignore other things. You can say that about anything, right? I mean, so if a man is obsessed with sports, right? He ignores every other thing. Women will make that an issue. Women will make that an issue. If he's obsessed with working, right? This man is working 24/7, like constantly working. Women will make that an issue. Women will make anything and everything an issue. If men are obsessed with, let's say, fucking building a fucking car, women will make that an issue. So it's not the video games that's the issue. It's men having an obsession, men having a passion, right? An obsession or a passion or a hobby or something that, he puts majority of his time into. It's not like I don't understand that, right? Because if he's ignoring other responsibilities or ignoring other things, okay. But what I have a problem with, what I have a problem is, okay, is that a lot of these cases, he was like that while you were dating. In my honest opinion, he was like that when you guys were dating. He was like that before you guys were dating. He had the passions, he had the obsessions, he had the hobbies, he had the interests before you were dating, while you were dating. Yet only now, after you guys are married, now it's a problem. I always find that absolute insane, in my honest opinion.
Non-gaming spouses said that these MMORPGs hurt their marriage when one of them plays. These games are persistent worlds that never stop running, okay? And if you log off, you miss out. So it's not the games that are bad, it's the men who pathologize them. Women read, isn't that the same escapism? No. Women en masse do not have hobbies that systematically require them to abandon their familial responsibilities. Does it?
Traveling, shopping, those do that, right? I'm trying to think what else. Let me see. Uh, mm, I'm trying to. Let's see. I mean, I would say some things that women like, certain hobbies or traits, like I said, traveling, shopping, those could interfere with families. Now, another thing is that women's constant desire or constant need of validation or constant need for happiness do upset the family, right? Do upset the family dynamic. A lot of women, because you gotta think, 70% of divorces are filed by women. Is it 70% of men because they're gaming? No, I believe, in my honest opinion, a lot of the reason is that women think they deserve better. The mindset, I think a lot of a detriment is women's mindset. So maybe not constantly their hobbies, but the way women think, a lot of times is a detriment to families.
Happen sometimes, yes, but it is atypical. It's very different from men who disappear into like solo raid nights while their wives single parent their children. This has been studied. Don't get mad at me, get mad at the statistics. Also, Call of Duty, not an MMORPG, but a cesspool of misogyny and bigotry. So this is not about your active, involved, thoughtful, loving husbands who just happen to like to play video games every once in a while. It's certainly not directed at the couples who play together, because you guys are the best of the lot. You're the happiest of the bunch. And I know women play video games too, right? But they don't shirk their familial responsibilities in order to play them. They don't use it.
They don't shirk their familial responsibilities. This is at the end of the day, okay? At the end of the day, I find this it goes back to what I always say. Okay, need for attention. Yeah, it goes back for at the end of the day, you chose the man. I find this because again, I've said this before. I honestly don't believe, right? If you actually look in situations, I honestly don't believe that, oh, he was one way before the marriage, right? He was one way before the marriage. He never played video games, right? He never played any video games before the marriage. Only after the marriage did he play video games. And now it's a problem. I think that's usually a lie. I think that's usually a lie. I think, in my honest opinion, that he was how he was before video games. I mean, before the marriage, right? So he played, let's say hypothetically, he played video games before you guys got married. After you guys got married, he still played video games. But now, right now that you guys are married and maybe you guys have a family, now you see the issues in it. But at the end of the day, I still go back to you chose the man. You knew what you were getting into. You saw his character. Right? This is why it's important to understand personalities, to actually look into the future. Okay. This is why it's important. And this is a problem with a lot of women. They don't think that far into the future. Right. You can see that, okay, if he could ignore you, right? When you guys were dating, right? If he could ignore you playing video games, I'm pretty sure that he will still ignore you when you guys are married when he plays video games. It's kind of a logical assumption. So I still find zero sympathy because at the end of the day, when you hear women tell these stories, right, their relationship stories, you can see that red flag. He was like that already, right? The red flags or whatever you may deem as a red flag was there already. You chose to be with him. You chose to marry him. You chose to have kids with him. At the end of the day, you chose him. Yeah, that's what I believe. I mean, honestly, that's what I believe, right? Even Noodle said it. Yes, she's blaming the guy for signs he's shown when they were dating. Yeah, he had signs when they were on the talking stage, in the dating stage, in the fiance stage, in the marriage stage, in the family stage. He had those signs. It was already there. In my honest opinion, I think very few people actually do a 180 change, right? Change completely. I think that's not that often.
As a substitute for emotional intimacy and community. You guys have terrible PR, and you need to take it up with your gamer brethren, all right? Not me. I said that.
Sure. Okay. But what do you guys think? I agree. All right. All right. All right. Let's do some Kendra G. Let's do some Kendra G.
Someone says I'm blurry. I'm blurry. Let me see if
you are a little blurry. I didn't know if that was my phone. I got stuck in.
You're saying I'm blurry. Well, I'm hoping it has to be the Wi-Fi. Hopefully.
Okay, well, I'm done. I'm done.
Really?
Yeah.
So before I put go live, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, you can hear Ann Steve. So I don't know. Be careful, bitch. I was over here cracking up. I'm like, oh my God.
Let me stop.
So I'm making nice proposals and small intimate weddings. So when I seen this, it really got me. Yeah.
Okay, let's get into your business.
Yeah.
I mean, Noodle, you said usually real changes take years, like 4 years. In my honest opinion, right? I think fundamentally, right? Fundamentally, people don't change. In my honest opinion, I think fundamentally, at a certain age, let's say, in my honest opinion, after the age of, let's say, I believe after the age of 30, well, yeah, I would say that, right? After the age of 30, people fundamentally don't change who they are, not their core, right? I don't think people on average fundamentally change that drastically. Okay. Now, I'm talking about majority of people. Now, if you did something, let's say you were madly obese, right? Madly obese at 20, and now you are healthy, skinny, muscular at 30. I think, yeah, maybe you change your point of views, you change your mindset because you yourself went through a traumatic change. Okay, so that I agree with. Okay, but I think fundamentally, if most people who live average lives, right? Most people who live average lives, like you have an average job, you're an average person, average lifestyle, just pretty much constant, right? Consistent. Nothing special, nothing crazy. I don't believe you will change that drastically, in my opinion. So I don't necessarily believe people change that drastically. Oh my God, he's such a different person from when I was dating him to now when I married him. I don't believe that. I don't believe that in totality. I don't believe that on average or the majority. I believe, right? I believe that what has changed is that now that you are married, oh, now you see now you recognize the red flag. So let's say before the marriage, right? Before the marriage, he was playing video games. He ignored you sometimes. He ignored you, maybe a lot of times, but it's whatever. You guys don't, she's not thinking about it. But now that you guys are married, have kids, he still plays video games and ignores you or ignores the family. But now it's a red flag. He didn't change, but now you can see said red flags. That's what I believe, right? That's what I believe. All right. All right, so let's check out this Kendra G video.
What's your name, baby?
I'm Charisma.
What is it?
Charisma.
Charisma?
Yes.
Charisma? These parents mess up these kids. Like, I mean, it's such a weird, it's like, I've never even heard of that kind of name before. I've never even heard of that name before. Now, I don't know, controversially, right? I wanted to name, if I had a child, another child, right? I wanted to name a child Sherlock, right? Because I love Sherlock Holmes, and my ex said no. She's vetoed it. She really didn't want it, but it's like I thought it was a good name, and it represented a really cool character. But at least you heard of that name before, right? Yes, it is kind of a weird name, but it's still a name with a history to it, a name that you can be familiar with. But Charisma, what the hell is that? You're trying to be unique, but you're not being unique. You're just being weird. Parents just sometimes that I found is more weird.
Charisma, where you calling us from?
Detroit, Michigan.
Your hair is laid, honey.
I just colored it and got it done, so I'm taking myself out. Thank you.
You taking yourself out on a date tonight?
You gotta date yourself.
Okay, I feel that. Where are you going?
I'm in Detroit, so they have like this little place downtown called Shelby, and it's like inside of an old bank.
Okay. She's taking herself out on a date. Charisma, Detroit. How old are you?
I am 31.
31. You have any kids?
I do have kids.
No kids.
No. I said I do have kids.
How many kids?
I have 4 boys.
4 boys. How old are your boys?
I have an 8-year-old.
4 boys. This woman is creating the future baby daddy epidemic, right? 4 boys. I mean, come on. She's creating 4 future baby daddies. Because I honestly believe this, right? I honestly believe this, okay? It is a generational curse. A generational curse that is very hard. I mean, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. But it's very hard to break. Very hard to break. And I really wish people can recognize it. And I didn't because I was a simp. I was an idiot, right? I didn't recognize this. My ex, her grandma was a baby mama, right? Her grandma was a single mother. her mom was a single mother. I should have recognized that, right? I should have recognized the personality traits, the mindset that was there that honestly now led her to be a single mother, right? And it's on her. I wanted to get married. I wanted to, I wanted to stay together. She didn't want it, so it's not that I definitely tried to push for us to stay together. She didn't want it. So
2 5-year-olds and a 1-year-old.
How do you have 2 5-year-olds or twins?
Yes.
Okay, and a 1-year-old, same dad?
No.
How many dads?
I have 3, Kendra.
3 dads. So why you not with the 1-year-old dad?
The truth or a lie? Which one?
The truth.
It was a one-night stand.
A one-night stand and you got pregnant?
I did.
Do y'all co-parent well?
No.
You didn't. So you weren't on birth control. Okay, that's smart. Right? I mean, like, seriously, I mean, you would think that you made already 2 mistakes, right? Right, 2 baby daddies. You would be smart enough to be on birth controls, but you're stupid enough not to do it. Okay. You seems like you didn't make the guy put a condom on, or at least pull out. Okay, another stupid mistake, or another stupid choice. You didn't decide to take the plan B. Another stupid choice. Okay. Stupid upon stupid upon stupid. Great. You are a great option. You are someone that men would want. You're something that good men would want. Sounds like you're an idiot.
Well, I guess you can't be mad at him because you
No,
didn't know.
I'm not mad. No,
Right.
not mad at all. He made a decision that he didn't want to be involved, and I made a decision that I wanted to keep my child.
Ooh, child. Well, you can still keep him liable for child support.
You can, but I mean, here's the thing about that. As a woman, that's the first thing they expect us to do. Or
The child support's not about you though; it's about the child.
It's not. But then that's a whole different kind of conversation. So if a man say he doesn't want a baby, a lot of men feel like if they don't want a baby, they don't feel like they should be financially responsible or involved, right?
I don't care what you feel like. The baby.
Me either. Yeah, me either.
I mean, both of you guys set yourself up for that.
Well, here's the thing where, I mean, I don't disagree that the man is faultless, but again, he had no say in if you would abort or not. In my honest opinion, you should not have any say in if he should give you child support or not, because he didn't want it. Right now, like I said, right, you both made a stupid mistake, right? Not to use a condom, I'm assuming. I mean, but I think it falls on her a lot more. She wasn't on birth control pills. She didn't seem like she was on birth control. You both decided to have sex. You both decided for him to shoot the club up, right? And I don't know if he could force you. I mean, I don't know, take the plan B or not, but he definitely can't force you to abort. So if he had no choice at that stage, right, for you to abort or not, now it 100% falls on you, in my opinion. So, I mean, you were both stupid throughout the whole process until now you're showing that who makes the choices, right? Who makes the choices? You did not want to, let's say, end the pregnancy. He probably did. So does that also give you the right for for child support? In my honest opinion, it doesn't, right? It doesn't, because you wanted the child, he didn't, right? No matter, because at the end of the day, if she cared so much about the child, right? If she cared so much of the child, she would have made so many stupid mistakes. Marry before you carry, right? I mean, she made already 2 mistakes beforehand, right? You still do one night fucking stands. You're not a child, right? The kid is 1 year one, so she did it when she was like 29, right? She did it when she was 29. She wasn't a child, so that's the thing where at the end of the day, now the child's your responsibility, in my opinion. Now, if he was a good man, right? He would step up and want to take care of his child. But again, I wouldn't say he's a bad man. That's the thing where I wouldn't say he's a bad man for not doing it, because at the end of the day, he didn't want the responsibility. You did. Right? You wanted the responsibility. And again, you had plenty of choices, plenty of opportunities not to fall victim to this kind of outcome.
Predicament, right? So how old was he? I'm assuming he wasn't underage. He knows what happens when you have sex without condoms. And I'm not saying that, I'm not even saying he has to be in a child's life. I think he should man up to his responsibilities. But
here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing where Kendra G is showing her a bit of her hypocrisy. So does she believe that, because I doubt she does, would Kendra believe that men have a say in if women can abort or not? Right? Do men have a say in that? I think most women will say no. Most women will say no. So if men do not have a say on if women will abort a child or not, why do women have a say on if men will support the child or not? That's the thing.
Child support is about giving your child a better opportunity. Two incomes are all.
But again, right? If you cared, this is the stupidity. If you cared about giving your child the best opportunity, you would have married before you carried. But you didn't care. So you already start off on the foot that you don't give a shit. If you did give a shit, if you did care about the child, right? And obviously she's done it twice where she didn't care about her children. She didn't care because she didn't want a father in the household. No matter what you could say, no matter what reason you can give, her action showed that she didn't care to have a father in the household.
Always better than one, right? So I would look at it like, from your perspective, look at it from the child's perspective. At the end of the day, he helped you raise the child. Granted, he didn't want to be a father, but he helped you create the baby. And so that it is what it is.
Yeah, it's not about perspective to me, because at the end of the day, I'm taking care of my child. So.
Okay. Well, let's keep going. Why are you not with the twins' father?
See, that's the part of your show that I always be concerned about. And I get nervous because of myself too, because, stuff happens with people and it could be going great.
Stuff's happening with people. It seems like it happens with you.
And then when a child come along, people can change based on how they feel or how they are with responsibility to that new phase of life. So it just didn't work out.
And that is why, right? That is why people put barriers, right? Marriage is a barrier, right? How does he act now with that level of responsibility, right? How does he act with that? Women are so dense. I'm sorry. Men have essentially created a society to help women, right? That's my honest opinion. I believe men have created a society to help women. Marriage, right, is a barrier, as you were, or a level of responsibility to help women. Okay, hopefully, I mean, nothing is foolproof, but hopefully to flesh out shitty men. So if he couldn't make it, if he wasn't that great when you were in a relationship, if he wasn't that great when you were in a marriage, do you think he'll be that great when you have kids? This is a problem with a lot of women. You skip fucking steps and you suffer fucking consequences. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that marriage is a foolproof, barrier. No, but again, you got to put as many barriers or go through as many steps as you can to make sure. This is why it's part of the vetting, right? The vetting experience. This is the problem, right? Why do you think fathers actually, took part in the, choosing of a woman's partner?
So there's a deal. As a woman, I know how to ask guys question because I'm a woman. So a lot of times the things that I want to know, I can speak from a woman's perspective. when I try to talk to the women, because I'm assuming you're here for a man, right?
Right.
I like to ask the questions I think are important to guys.
I get you.
Men would like to know, like, okay, if I'm going to deal with this woman and she has 3 children's dads, what was that circumstance? So I can see before I add myself to her. So that's why I'm asking about that. You do have 2 kids, 3 kids under the age of 5. Your oldest is 8?
Yes.
Okay. So let's keep going. You told me, what do you do again?
I'm an event planner, basically. So I plan day nights, proposals, and small intimate weddings.
Okay. Event planner. When's your birthday or zodiac sign?
April the 18th.
That's what zodiac sign is that?
It's an Aries.
An Aries. Mm-hmm. All right. This is Charisma, Detroit. She's an Aries, an event planner, 31. She has 4 boys, actually. 8 2-year-old twins, 5-year-old twins, and a 1-year-old. What kind of man you looking for?
So far, I haven't been picky. So maybe that's my issue.
You said you have not been picky?
To be honest, I think that's, I mean, here's the thing where, I'm trying to think. I mean, not being picky, yet you pick wrong constantly. I don't know. I think it's stupid, but I don't know.
I haven't.
Okay, so now you want to be picky. So tell me what you desire now.
As far as, obviously, I don't mind dating someone who has kids.
Okay.
And I would prefer someone who is a full-time parent, not like a weekend parent or something like that.
So you want somebody that already has kids that's a full-time parent?
Yes.
Okay. So you want somebody, so does that mean the kids live with them already?
It could be either or.
Okay. Okay. What else?
I'm not really picky. I'm okay with people being from different backgrounds and accepting them for who they are. Respectable people. Obviously, if I have sons, someone that could be a possible decent male role model and male figure. But
okay, are you picky when it comes to ethnicity? Does he have to be a certain race?
No, I haven't dated outside of my race, but I'm not picky with that either.
Okay, so he doesn't have to be. So he doesn't have to be.
But here's the problem, right? Here's the problem with a lot of women, where, I mean, great if she's not picky, right? I guess it's great. But here's the problem that she essentially put herself in. She's a single mother, 4 kids, 3 kids under 5, right? 3 kids under 5 by 3 different men. What the fuck do you think you qualify for? What men do you think you qualify for? I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. You will essentially qualify for the men that you already dealt with, right? The types of men you already dealt with. So the problems that you had with your baby daddies, you're going to find that with the next man and the man after that. Because here's the thing where this is the problem with so many women. Women have purposely made themselves, honestly, a terrible match, a terrible choice for actually good men. So you imagine this, right? Hypothetically, this is a hypothetical thing. I believe myself as a good man. I show my life as a good man, right? I'm stable. I'm responsible. I would want to marry. I would want to be a good father. I am a good father, in my opinion. Whatever. Believe it or not, it's just hypothetical, okay? So if I am, if I believe myself on my journey or close to my journey of being the best version of myself or being a good man, why would I want this? Why? Because in my opinion, so you worked on yourself, right? You worked on yourself to be a good man. You worked on yourself to be the best man you can be. It would be crazy. Do you think that you deserve a average looking woman, right? Average looking woman that has 4 kids by 3 different men? I mean, it's like, do you have no value in yourself? Do you have no self-value? Because here's the thing, right? Because you got to think, why you think so? Because you got to think. She gave 3 men kids. She gave 3 men kids. She gave 3 men her body. 2 of the most precious things you can give somebody, right? 2 of the most precious things you can give somebody. And if you are better than those men, do you want to date a woman that was fine with those men? was because honestly, sometimes we date within our levels, right? We date within our levels or close to it. So hypothetically, she's a 3. She's a 5, right? Let's say she's a 5. But the types of men she was dating, let's say the types of men she was dating, a 3 or a 4, right? Not just in looks, right? I'm talking about the whole package, right? That's what I'm saying. So if you believe yourself, you worked on yourself, now you are 7, right? You're a 7. Let's say hypothetically. I'm saying not just looks. I'm talking about whole package value. Why would you date a woman that's a 5 and have only dated 3s and gave her body to 3s, gave kids to 3s? You as, let's say, hypothetically a 7, right? I'm giving you a number value to better explain it. Do you think your value is that low? Do you have such low self-esteem that you think that's a good thing? I think that's why she doesn't qualify for good men. Now, hypothetically, right? If she finds a man like I said, on her level, okay? He's a man that he's not that, maybe he's not that special of a man, maybe very average man, maybe very average earning, just very average lifestyle. And he has a whole bunch of kids, a whole bunch of baby mamas. Then yeah, maybe he is on her same level. But again, wouldn't that be like he's kind of close or he is like her other baby daddies? That's what I would think.
He black?
No.
Do you have any strong deal breakers?
Lying, people that don't take care of their children.
Okay.
I'm not a big smoker or drinker, so I'm not truly against it, but I would prefer not to. What else? If you've been a murderer or serious felonies, like that kind of stuff, obviously. But other than that, no, I'm very open-minded. We put limitations on the type of people that we involved ourselves with. Sometimes I would get it for like if you don't want to be involved in.
What's up, my brother? I agree. I mean, you said it, right? Just focus on your kids. I mean, her youngest is 1. So to be honest, maybe that should be more of her focus, right? Maybe that should be more of her focus because I don't know.
Criminal activity or something like that, but I feel like we should give different people a chance.
Okay, so no criminal activities under the right circumstance.
No criminal activities.
Oh, I think so. We should give them a certain chance. I got confused.
No. I'm just saying we should allow different type of people. So if I just say, hey, I only want a tall guy, I only want this, da 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 da. What if the person that I'm supposed to be with is actually short or big or whatever, and they might be good for me, but I overlooked them because of.
No, I mean, what she's saying right now is helpful, right? It opens the pool, okay? What's up, my brother? Thank you for stopping by. Now, like she said, right? She's not limiting herself. That's helpful to her. So I give her credit. I'll give her credit where credit is due, where she's not trying to limit herself. So many women, that's the problem with a lot of women, where you purposely make your dating pool so small that you might as well just forget about it. Because now if let's say she let herself now for shorter men or bigger men, that's very helpful, right? Because again, that kind of lowers your values a bit. So, you may find a better man, but he's kind of short, he's kind of fat. It kind of balances out a bit. So great on her.
My preferences.
Got you. I feel you on that. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
No, but at least be able to take care of himself.
Okay. Do you have a babysitter all the time? You said you go out on a date tonight on a Thursday night. You got a babysitter on deck?
I'm taking myself on a date, Kendra.
I know, but who's
my kids. Yeah, I have a nanny.
You have a nanny?
I do.
Okay, well, she got a nanny. So that means you have someone that will allow you to date.
Yep.
Okay, she got a nanny. Does the guy got to be in Detroit?
No, not at all.
Does it have to be in Detroit? Okay. You said he can have kids himself, right?
Yes.
So when was your last relationship?
I've never seriously been in a relationship like a.
Oh my God. Oh. Did she just say she's never really been in a relationship? Did she just said she never really been in a relationship? So, oh my God. God. Women are their own worst enemy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She doesn't qualify for a good man. She does not qualify for a good man. Your history shows it. I'm sorry. So I don't. So the men you gave kids to, you weren't even in a relationship with these men. I've said this before. This is why I have zero sympathy for women. I have zero sympathy for women. I'm sorry. I just can't. You just can't have sympathy for women because they literally do it to themselves. They're so stubborn. They're so pig-headed. These men you gave your body to. These men you gave kids to. You weren't even in a relationship with these men. There's no helping women. There is no helping women. The very least thing you could do is actually demand a relationship, demand commitment, right? That's the least you could have done. This is the thing where I've said this before, where you cannot blame men, right? You cannot blame men because here's the thing. I guarantee you a lot of these women give kids to men they barely know, right? She gave a kid to a man, one night stand. You think that man's going to be morally sound? No, right? She gave other kids to men she wasn't even in a relationship with. Like, you barely know these men. You don't have commitment with these men. And yet you give them your body and you give them kids. I swear to God, this is why I said she doesn't deserve or qualify for a good man. Because if you are a good man and you're that stupid to get with a woman like this, giving her commitment, being a stepfather to her kids, giving her something, right, that the man she gave her body to, gave kids to, couldn't even do. You are just a fucking simp. You will fall into the beta male simp provider shit, right? That is what you will fall into. You show that you have no self-respect. So do I qualify that as a good man? No. I qualify that as a stupid man, right? I'm sorry. I qualify that as a stupid man. Absolute ridiculous.
Committed one. I've had the situationships, and yes, I do have children, but it wasn't because they were like committed relationships.
So all the guys that you have kids by, I know the last one you said it was a one-night stand. What about the 5-year-old dad?
I didn't require a relationship. I just wasn't interested in it myself. I didn't know if that's what I really wanted.
So you didn't require a relationship, right? You didn't want a relationship. But it's okay for him to shoot the fucking club up. It's okay for you to have this man's child. To have a child by a man you didn't even want a relationship from. Do women not understand the responsibilities of having a child? This is why fucking Kendra said, you should care about the children. You don't care about the children, right? You don't even pick good men, right? You don't even pick men that understand commitment, that understand, responsibilities. You don't even pick good men.
And is that true for the 5-year-old's father too?
I tried with him, but he was like a mom's boy, like a mama boy. Okay. Whatever. And so
so the 8-year-old father, you didn't require a relationship with him either?
No, we tried. We weren't compatible.
So what does try mean? Because
we dated, and we tried to do the relationship thing, but I wasn't interested.
So are you interested now?
Yes, I am.
You weren't interested, but you were interested in having the man's fucking kids. So now you require commitment from the next man while you are at a lower value yourself. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. It's like I find it insane that women require more from the next man than they did from men of the past. But yet they gave more from the men of the past than they do from the man that they require more from. Crazy.
I am interested in trying a relationship, trying to have a committed relationship because I just wasn't interested in it before.
You know what? I understand that to a certain degree, right? Your first child, I get it. But I'm wondering why, after you had a baby the first time, why the next two men you had children with, it wasn't, at least for you, a requirement for a relationship.
Could you say that again? Was the child?
That's why you would buy a dog and die alone.
Please do. Please do. I'm sorry. You are just. This is the thing where a lot of women just focus on your children, right? Just get out of the dating market. Get out of the dating market. Focus on your kids. Get on birth control, right? Please get on birth control. Get on birth control. Focus on your kids. Do some situationships, right? Go ahead. You're so you're so loose, right? You're so loose. You're such a 304. Yeah. Just focus on your kids and do situationships. Please don't, because honestly, don't now, after you did all the fucking shit you did, now you require, right, commitment from a man. Now the only man you will get is fucking idiots, right? Either idiots or now you're gonna get the same men you got before.
Requirement for the relationship.
No, what I'm saying is, listen, we all do life, right? And nobody's perfect.
Red Door, what's up, my sister?
You know, so it's not necessarily a judgment cast, but I'm curious because you're saying you have 4 children and you're being honest that you didn't require a relationship with any of the children's dads. You have 3 different dads. So my question is, after you had a baby by your first child's father, the child now is 8, why didn't you get in mode before I have another child, I need to at least be in a relationship? Why wasn't it a requirement with any of the children's fathers, but now you want to make it a requirement for a relationship?
No, it's not. I'm not making it a requirement now, like saying that, oh no, it got to be this way, because obviously if I've done it in the past, but you have experiences and you learn from your experiences. When I was dating.
But you didn't learn from your experiences. Okay. You didn't learn from your experiences. I don't believe, oh, now you want to say it? Now, after you made so many mistakes, now you learn from it, right? It's like a person who shot themselves 5 times. Now that, oh, I don't want to shoot myself anymore. Really? You didn't want to shoot. Now you don't want to shoot yourself after you just shot yourself like 5 times. Now you don't want to shoot yourself. First of all, you should have known that before you shot yourself. But hey, okay, fine. You should have definitely known that after the first shot. But now, after 5 shots, now you've learned? That just shows you were stupid to begin with. That just shows you that, you're irresponsible. You're an idiot. Shows you that, honestly.
Whether or not it got serious or not, during that time, I had a child. I chose to be more responsible in my decisions of having the child or whatever. Because most people be like, oh, have an abortion or whatever like that. But at the time, my choice, my personal choice, or whether or not me and the father agreed, we decided to have a child. And then after that, yeah, of course, you may not want to make the same mistake again, but sometimes you can't control every single aspect of life.
You could. I mean, this is such a fucking excuse, right? This is why I hate victimhood. You didn't go on birth control, right? Because there are literally hundreds of ways not to have kids. Hundreds of ways, right? You could have gone on birth controls. There's like hundreds of birth controls women can do. What, the patch, the fucking, I don't know, the dam, whatever, right? Hundreds. The pill, hundreds of ways. Hundreds of birth control methods. A condom. Right? A condom. Not having sex at all. Right? Not, I mean, like, you would, why even do one night stands? It's like, you're literally, it's the stupidity. I'm sorry. It's the stupidity. Like, that's why watching Kendra's shit, right? And, you know, these are the fun ones. These are the fun episodes. But it's the stupidity. It's the stupidity, right? You couldn't, you could have not have sex. Could have worn a condom. Could have taken Plan B. Again, there are so many ways not to have kids. It is your own stupid fault, right? Don't blame, couldn't control. You could control it. 99%.
And then once you go through life, if it happens again, per se, like I had another child, no, I wasn't planning on being in a situation again where we weren't a family and we weren't committed to each other. But
well, let me ask you this: were you guys using protection? Was it an accident, like you got pregnant, or was you not on birth control?
With my twins, yeah, I used the condom, took a Plan B, all that stuff. I mean, some stuff just supposed to happen.
I doubt it. I honestly doubt it. I honestly doubt it. That doesn't even sound right. Okay, you use the condom, you use Plan B, and you still got 2 kids out of it. I'm sorry. Maybe, but it's like, I find it's like such a statistical anomaly. Then I don't believe it. I can't believe it. I mean, maybe the 1% of the 1%, but I doubt it.
At that point, so I'm not going to be like, oh, I can never try to date again because I had kids. And sometimes that's how dating is. When they look at you because you have children, it's like, okay, well, you got kids and this, that. Or people feel like your decisions on why you had your children versus someone who decide why they don't want to have a child. It just depends based on the person's circumstances at the time.
No, I get that. So let me ask you this. You said you couldn't control. Moving forward, will you require a commitment before sex?
Yes.
So
not like personal commitment, like I'm dating more with purpose, basically.
Well, no, I don't think it's a bad requirement for a woman to say, if I'm sleeping with you, I'm your girlfriend.
No, that's not bad at all. But I mean, I'm an adult, so I got needs and wants and stuff too. So I'm not.
So I'm asking. Okay, well, let's jump into this question fast. When was your last relationship? Was it because you didn't? Oh, so you never was in a relationship?
Right, I was saying I never been in a serious one.
Okay, so when was the last time you was intimate with a person?
It's been about 3 months.
3 months.
What have you learned? What have you learned? Right? What have you learned? You're still out in the. You are still.
He belongs to the streets.
You're still out in the streets. You are still out in the streets. What have you learned? Okay? I would think if you said that you learned from your past mistakes, you would not be giving your fucking body to men you're not even in a relationship with. No, but you still fucking are. She literally said the last time she had sex was 3 months ago. What the fuck have you learned? Right? What have you learned? Are there? Let me see. Oh, there are 12 types of birth control. 12 types. Okay. 12 methods in total. About 12 methods. Okay.
So
yeah, she hasn't learned a damn
so
thing.
It's fair to say that you're still willing to have sex without a commitment.
That's fair to say.
I think if you want to be in a relationship, that should be your new rule. Because now, and this should be a rule for any woman, because what happens is this, and it's only if you have a requirement of a relationship. There are some women who are just getting it in. They don't want a relationship. They want to have fun. That's what they are. More kudos to you. But you'll see there's tons of men that will have sex with you.
Right.
But there's not tons of men always that are willing to commit in a relationship with you. And if having a relationship is important, maybe just try it out and say, if I can't be your girlfriend, I can't have sex with you.
But do you think that's what it is?
Absolutely. You're
100%. You think that, okay, of course, when you're dating someone, you
wouldn't have the kids you have right now if that was your requirement.
Not necessarily true.
Okay,
I'm personally saying that I was not in a.
That is 100% true, because none of these men you were in a relationship with. So let's say this, okay? I mean, maybe 90% true. If these men were in a relationship with you, you would because this is the problem, right? This is the problem a lot of women don't see, or this woman doesn't understand. If you're in a relationship with him, hopefully you would see those red flags. Right? You would see these red flags. He would show you commitment, and if he doesn't show you commitment, you would see that red flag, right? Or you would see other red flags that, you know what, this man ain't that great. I'm not gonna give him the time of day. That's the purpose, right? These are the purpose. These are the barriers you should be putting, right, in front of yourself to hopefully get better results.
Relationship or interested in a relationship at that time. I was young, having fun, whatever. My goal wasn't, hey, I'm
at that time. You're still doing that in your 30s.
Ready to do this at that moment. That's just wasn't my personal interest. But during that time of maturity, okay, hey, yes, regardless if I had children or not, I just wasn't mature enough for a relationship. Now,
you literally 3 months ago, you just had sex with a man you weren't in a relationship with. Maturity? What the hell are you talking about? This is why I said, like, you're lacking in maturity then, right? Because in your 30s, in your late 20s, you're still fucking doing it.
Now that I've had the experience, it's like, okay, hey, yes, I'm considering this. These are the things that I'm interested in now. It doesn't matter if I was interested in being sexually active or not. It doesn't matter if that what it was. It's just that wasn't my interest at the time.
Well, the reason why it should matter is because now you're single looking for another guy to enter your life, and he got to accept you with 4 boys. And he also has to be like, okay, you had 4 boys. You have 4 boys. I'm quite sure they're beautiful boys and they're blessings. But because you didn't require commitment from any of your 3 baby daddies, you're looking for a new guy to sign up and join life.
No. See that, and that's the way. I think that's the way guys think. I'm starting to think.
Well, don't you want to hear what guys think? You looking for a guy or a woman?
No, but when you say it that way, it does sound very negative.
Well, that's the way guy. What you just said, that's the way.
Yeah, it is. That is exactly the way that.
And the reason, let me tell you this: the reason why guys think this way, and I dig deeper with it. Any real man is going to be a provider,
right?
So his mindset is, am I willing to provide for you
and the children
that comes with it? And that's the kind of man you would want to acquire.
Right.
So any real man is thinking about that. That's why sometimes some men say, I don't want women with children or multiple men. And then also he has to say, I don't know the situation with your 3 baby daddies. Are they cool? Are they going to give me drama? Am I going to be arguing with 3 different men? So whether you want to accept it or not, you do got to understand the guy's perspective when he comes into your world.
I do. And I totally understand what you're saying.
Right. And that's so, I mean, listen.
And this is why, honestly, you can see her history. So what she's been doing up until now, though, that is the pattern she has set up. That is the pattern. The type of men she's been dealing with up until now will be the type of men most likely she will continue to deal with. So this is why I said she doesn't qualify for good men. Because she has shown that she doesn't. Because now this think about this, right? What type of man will even want to bother with this? What type of men? You've seen it. You've seen the type of men that would bother with this.
Listen, life is here. You know, I'm quite sure, like I said, you have 4 beautiful boys and we can move forward. I'm not even saying there's not a man that won't sign up for that.
Right.
But you do got to acknowledge why there would be caution for certain men who would not be willing to sign up for that.
totally understandable, and people have their own preferences.
Gotcha. But so moving forward, I guess the question that kind of got us here, you don't think it's important to make it a requirement to be in a relationship before sex?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
I said that I know from me, myself, and my experiences that that's what I'm looking for now.
Okay. Since
Now, just 3 months ago, just 3 months ago, you had sex with a man that you didn't require a relationship with.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Just 3 months ago. 3 months ago, you had sex with a man that you didn't require a relationship with. 3 months later, now you do? Bitch, are you crazy?
last 3 months, because 3 months ago you were still on that.
Kendra.
I'm just trying to understand.
I like that. I'm glad Kendra calls her out on it.
But what I'm saying, because it's like, it's nothing wrong with being an adult and being sexually active and protecting yourself and enjoying yourself and whatever.
He belongs to the streets.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. But again, you will continue with that shit. That's what you, like, seriously. Do women really do not understand consequences?
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having children. There's nothing wrong with dating when you have children. There's nothing wrong with whatever. But at the end of the day, it's just what you are on at that time. At this time, I said, hey, I'm looking for something more serious and I want to behave in a certain manner. And that's what it is. Because I can be like, okay, the first thing men say, like I've seen on this show.
After now an older age, 4 kids, 3 different men, a higher body count. Now you want men to treat you differently, men to treat you better, men to give more to you. Yeah.
I've been watching this week. If a woman has children and she'd be like, okay, well, I want to abstain until I get married. They're like, well, why you want to abstain with me when you already have children? But what's wrong with change or, just trying out something?
What he's saying, because what that guy's perspective is, so basically you want to give me requirements that you didn't give the last guy, that you, and not even and in your case, not the last guy, the last 3 guys.
Kendra.
What would be we speaking factual, right?
Kendra.
So no, you trying to because I think what's happening is you're not understanding the guy's perspective of why that would be crazy.
I understand. I'm very open-minded. I understand people's perspective. I can talk about it. It's not a problem.
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you want a committed relationship now?
Because I haven't experienced it. So I'm interested in having the experience. I want to be in love. I want to be married. I want to try it. But like I said,
you have the audacity to want to be married? Yeah, I mean, I agree. Red Door, I agree. Society's flooded with single mothers looking for men. And here's the thing, right? There are more women that have kids than men do. So you got to think about that. More women have kids than men do. It's like we have a single mother epidemic, right? We have a single mother epidemic. It is just insane. I guarantee you, these men that she has kids with, most likely they have kids with other women as well.
You have to develop that, even the idea of wanting it. You can't just jump into it.
So why do you want that idea now?
Why do I want it now?
Yeah.
I'm older and I'm mature enough.
Oh yeah, I want to marry a mature baby mama with 4 kids by 3 different men that has a high body count. That's my desire. That's my desire.
Okay. Or now do you see how maybe important it is to have a partner when it
comes to... Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I
Somebody
think I'm blurry. I don't know why I'm blurry. Yeah, everyone's telling me I'm blurry. I don't understand why I'm blurry. But
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
It's about to end anyway. The insanity of women. Yeah. a great, amazing. Poor man said, I made the best investment of all, a passport. I agree. I'm sorry. The dating pool in America sucks. And I believe it sucks for men. It's not that it sucks for women, right? Not that it sucks for women. I think the dating pool for men sucks. That's what I think. All right, let's do one more Kendra G show. Let's do one more Kendra video. All right, we'll end out on this Kendra G video, okay? So let's check this one out. All right, let's check this Kendra G video out.
Hello.
Hey Kendra, how are you?
Yo, Artie, what's up, my brother? What's up?
Good. You ready, bro?
I actually am. Let me just, I was putting some food on the stove, so let me
What
just
you
stop
cooking?
it.
Show us what you making.
Okay, let me show you what I was making. This chicken.
100% I agree. Best country in the world, but relationship-wise, not good. 100% I agree.
And I have some vegetables here.
I'm so hungry. I can't
Nothing like important, but it's good enough, I guess. But before I lay down on my bed, may I do the Kendra cam first, if you don't mind?
The Kendra Kim. Oh, you want to do it? Want to get it out the way? Let's do it. I didn't even get your name, but you ready to do? You ready
It's
to show off
Coley
that
Cole,
body? Let's see
but
this body.
All right, hold on. There we go. Here's Coley Cole.
Whoop. You got on your booty shorts too? Whoop.
Yeah, my pajamas. Here's Coley Cole.
Okay. All right. They said that food look good. You going to bed?
Well, I wanted to sit down and relax and talk to you. I'm not gonna go to bed, but I'd rather just show you myself first. Since I made that video, like
you made us all hungry. What kind of chicken was that? How'd you make it?
Well, this one is.
Oh, you made 3 different, girl. What's your name?
Boston, Massachusetts, and
that's
I'm
far.
the
I
girl.
was hoping you're gonna say South Side of Chicago. I'm about to have you Uber me a plate.
No, I'm the video girl that said, "Kennedy, it's me." That was me.
Ah, well, you here tonight.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Kendra. Mama, I made it, honey. I made it. Listen.
Let's get it. So,
All
okay,
right.
she lives in Boston. What's your name again?
My name's Nicole, but I go by Coley Cole.
Coley Cole. Coley Cole, how old are you?
I'm 38. I have 3 children, 19, 18, and 11. I'm a widow. So I was once married. My husband was murdered.
Sorry.
So, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
When did that happen?
My husband was murdered in 2017.
Sorry to hear that.
I would love to know why. I mean, a widow is definitely different than, a single baby mama. I definitely would want to know why. So, in the crazy circumstance, if this guy was a, criminal, it would be interesting to know.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay. All right. Did they go to jail?
One person, the other one, no.
Okay. All right. Well, we're sorry to hear that. When's your birthday, Coley Cole?
November. I'm a Scorpio.
She's a Scorpio. What do you do for a living?
I actually do hair. I braid and I make wigs, and then I also cater. I do treats and stuff like that. So anyone goes to my page, you'll see my hair business and you'll see my treat business as well.
Okay. So this is Coley Cole, 38 in Boston, Mass. A Scorpio, 3 children. She's a widow. Are your 3 children by your ex-husband?
Yes, ma'am.
That passed away? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And she does hair and she's a caterer too. What kind of man you looking for, honey?
Someone that is consistent, someone that's honest, spiritual, but you don't have to go to church all the time. I just want someone to pray with me. If we have something wrong, we should be praying together. Not you going to someone else talking all that that foo stuff. I ain't got time for all that. We got an issue, you come to me. Or you go to the man upstairs. I don't got time for you trying to call no girl about me. Because she ain't me. Call me. So hygiene is important. I don't want anyone that smells. I'm not trying to be mean, but hygiene is very important. And I mean that very highly. Hygiene is important.
Okay.
I don't want a man either that doesn't spend time with their children. I don't mind a man having kids, but if you're not taking care of your kids, then there's no point of you being with me. Like, I don't respect that. What else? And a family man. Like, I don't want anyone acting like they're into family in reality that they're not, because I'm big on family. I want to meet your mom, your brothers and sisters. I want to interact with your fam, and that's what I want, family orientated. If that's not what they're about, I don't want it. And I'm goofy. So I like to dance and make videos. If that's not what it is, then I can't have you around me.
Okay. All right. What's some deal breakers for you?
Don't stink. Don't lie. Be consistent.
Have you dated a lot of men that smell bad?
I have dated. I've been around someone that smelled like fish. I guess that's bad.
Yeah, no one should ever smell like fish. That's always
Like,
bad.
it was a turn off. Like, trying to get in the groove, trying to do your one.
But that's not really what Kendra said. Have you dated a lot of men that smell bad? Again, in my honest opinion, okay, what you should judge people on, I mean, what you should judge your dating preferences on, right? Have the men you dated, right? Have the men you chose, do they smell bad? Because then that shows you that, you know what? The problem isn't, oh, men smell bad. No, the problem is, why do you choose these men? Because this is why you get more specific, right? In certain things, why you go straight to the point. So do the men that you choose, do those men smell bad? No? Then, okay. Obviously, you're not having a problem with that.
1, 2, or whatever, and you get down there trying to get someone some and it's like, whoa, what the hell's going on?
Wait, what
Like,
did you
what?
just do?
Get some head, honey. Get some head.
He belongs to the streets.
You was giving him a?
Okay. The bad experience that I had was trying to do our adult thing, get some oral sex, get head, and then when I get down there, it smelled like fish. So I'm like, what the heck?
Okay, now I get it. So it is a man she's dealt with. It is a man she's dealt with. Ugh.
Yeah. So that's a problem. So I just cut all that off. And no offense, like, if you're into someone and you really like them, I think oral sex is important in a relationship. My personal opinion. I also think eating ass is important too, to be honest with you. So,
yo, what? I mean, it's great that you can share, but it's like, seriously, certain details does not help. He came from the basketball court, so that was just sweaty balls.
just to put that out there to all my viewers, not to be mean, if you don't want to get your ass eat, do not hit me up, baby, okay? Because that's a requirement in my sexual life. Thank you. Anyway.
This woman's a pervert. I mean, yo, she is sexually free. I'll give her that. She is definitely sexually free.
So,
and she has no shame. She has no shame. She will fucking say it.
He belongs to the streets.
No shame at all.
That's the case. I don't know. Hygiene is important, honey. Why are you laughing, Kendra?
Oh my God.
Why are you laughing? I'm so serious. I'm a Scorpio. We're freaks. And I'm not trying to say I want to do it all the time, but that's something I want to do. Like, I'm open-minded. So okay, how about this? You meet the perfect guy, the perfect woman. She should be your porn star. He should be your porn star.
Red Door said this woman is gross. I mean, there's certain things where keep it, right? Keep it private. This is the problem where we have so many women. What happened to the old saying, right? A freak in the sheets, a lady in the streets, right? That's the thing. This is the problem. What happened? Why are we so free with our inhibitions? Why are why do we have no shame, right? No decorum, no class. You're saying to this video, right? This video has hundreds of thousands of views, right? Hundreds of thousands of views. You're literally saying to hundreds of thousands of people, I eat ass. Really? I mean, come on, have a bit of class. Great that you do it in private, right? Great that that you are crazy in the bed. But it's like, and sometimes I feel like women don't understand what type of men they're attracting, right? What type of men you're attracting, in my opinion.
Y'all should be able to do things openly and keep it spicy. Like, do some things.
Woo! I had no idea when I said, have you dated? I thought you were going to say yes, because the question was, have you dated men that didn't smell well? So I thought, yes, we were at
Exactly. Never kiss and tell. I mean, that's a saying. It's okay for you to be more spicy with your partner, right? With someone you love, with someone you're committed to. That's fine. That's great. But it's like, have a bit of class. This is the problem. There's no ladies. There's no ladies anymore. Okay? There's no ladies anymore. This crassness, it's just, honestly.
dinner and he was musty, or he picked me up and he didn't
Someone
smell
said
well.
no doubt.
I didn't imagine the moment you were giving him head, you learned that he smelled like fish was gonna be the scenario. I had no idea.
I'm sorry, but that was a scenario. I'm sorry for the curve. I'm sorry for the curveball. But for someone in the comments that says ass eater, babe, I'm very content with what I do, sweetheart. Okay, it's part of sex, and if you're not comfortable in your sexuality, that's your business. You heard? Anywho, yes.
Okay, so okay.
And I do want to say, right, things like this is a little bit off subject, off topic, off dating topic, but things like this is why I've said this when I talk about the Black community, and it's sad where you don't care about your public image, right? The image that you represent your community. Because here's the thing, where there is a certain topic where they are empowered by design. It's like empowered. Yeah, I agree. It's like trying to empower yourself. It is the thing where you are over-sexualizing yourself. And I think that's a problem, right? That is a problem. Because I think it's a problem with Black women, where in society, they're viewed as hypersexual, right? Hypersexual women. And I think that's sometimes that could be a detriment. I mean, some women complain about that, right? We complain about that in society. I mean, the Black community do complain about that in society, where Black women are hypersexualized. But I'm sorry, things like this does not help, right? It doesn't help with that stereotype, with that public image, where to thousands of people, you say you eat ass. You don't need to do that. You don't need to say that.
Ooh, child. Does the guy have to look a certain way?
I don't discriminate. So
I kind of agree. Some of this is psychological disorder, right? I do agree. I mean, because it's like some people don't fight. They're not fighting against programming, okay? They're not fighting against programming. Because here's the thing, where how about not be hypersexualized? Not show to the world you are sexual, right? Hypersexualized. How about show to the world you are ladylike, right? How about that? But they don't do it.
I just want someone that's actually taller than me, because I'm 5'3". But I don't discriminate.
They want clarity, but I think this is a clear statement. You want to eat the guys behind, correct?
Yes, I heard someone mention a female, a guy's behind. In other words, not all the time. I'm just saying in certain times in sexual activities, you want to get a little bit more freakier than usual. So when you're giving head, you can come down, they have the vein right there with the balls, lick on that, suck on that too, and then come down to the asshole and eat that out and snatch the soul real quick and come back on up. I'm not here to do all this to keep it a buck, but I'm just saying I don't need it all the time. It's just once in a blue moon. Let me have that. Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
He belongs to the streets.
I learn something new on my show every day. Coley Cole, does the guy have to make a certain amount of money?
I just want someone that's working and someone that's willing to grow and build as he goes on. So I'm not going to put a price tag on that, no. As long as he's consistent, working and stuff like that and willing to build to make himself better, no.
Okay. And I mean, you probably hit it out. Well, let's continue. We are in the kids scam. So when was your last relationship?
Honestly, my last relationship was my deceased husband.
Okay.
Like I have talked to other men between that, but nothing serious.
Okay. When was the last time you was intimate with someone?
In April.
In April. Okay. Is that guy? Do you want to get married again?
I do.
Oh, you do. Okay. Can the guy have kids already?
So this is the problem I find with women, right? Is that, okay, so your last serious relationship was with your husband. Okay. But then you are still sexually active with men that you do not require commitment with. It's like, you talk about eating ass. You're having sex with men you're not committed to. Honestly, you just show more.
He belongs to the streets.
That is it. My daughter and granddaughter were brought to behave like ladies, to carry themselves with self-respect and grace. I guess mothers don't teach that anymore. Exactly. It's like, I don't understand why women don't see that's empowering, right? That is, there's power, there's strength in that, right? Being a lady is, I don't understand how women don't see that. I don't understand how women don't see that that's self-respect. Okay? You are not degrading yourself. I can't understand why in today's day and age, right? Today's day and age where women are more free than any other women of the past, yet they themselves would degrade themselves. So what's the point? What's the point of being free? What's the point of controlling your narrative when honestly you're still living the same results, right? Degrading women when women didn't have power, but now when women have power, they still degrade themselves anyway. That is insane to me. It is insane.
Yes, I have 3 kids. I would never say no.
Do you want more kids?
Honestly, I'm content with what I have, but if I met a man, say a man came to my life and don't have any kids, I'm open to have children with him because that's not fair to shut that down, If a man
Exactly. Grace was a virtue.
wants to have kids, I'm open to that conversation. But I'm content with the 3, but I am open to the conversation.
Okay. What's the age range you would date?
So I'm 38, so I will go as low as 35 to 48.
35 to 48. And you mentioned he has to be a freak in the bedroom.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be, I don't want to be discussing on your page, but realistically, yes. Like I felt like in certain circumstances, I guess we be content and we settle, and then you're not really happy. And I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to keep it a buck up front. If I'm not for you, I'm not for you. It is what it is.
All right. If she's not for you, she's not for you. All right. So Coley Cole, why do you think you're single?
I think I'm single because I haven't met the right person yet. And anyone I have come across, they're just not serious. They say they are, but reality is they're not. And I guess I'm just, if you're going to speak.
Guess why? I'm sorry. It's like when you're not a ladylike, when you are, when you are basically, for the streets, what can you say? Sometimes this is the problem. A lot of women don't realize they are attracting what they are. Okay, they're attracting the type of men that honestly give them that type of results. When you are not a lady, guess what? When you are honestly having this kind of mindset where you're a freak on the out in the streets, you are attracting men that just view you as a sexual object.
I'm gonna hold you accountable what you're saying. So if you're not ready, you're not ready. That's why I'm really single right now. I haven't found anyone that's met my energy personally.
Okay. All right. And 30.
You haven't met anyone that meets your energy, yet you've had sex with men that have. Ain't that something? Because like she said, she had sex with a man not too long ago. Okay, so you will have sex with a man that didn't meet your energy, but you wouldn't be in a committed relationship with a man that can't meet your energy. Okay.
35 to 48 is the age range she would date. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I don't want to say lucky. I think we'll be blessed to be with each other. We can build each other up and be there for each other mentally and physically. I think we'll be a great team together. I love family. I love to cook. I don't mind being submissive to the right man. And I don't mind doing, the freaky things, obviously. I'm very open-minded to a lot of things in the bedroom because I think you should please your man. I sure can. You're the queen. Please him. So I think I'll be.
Does everybody get this special treatment, or is it when you're in a relationship, or?
No. I really have to really I really have to feel you and really like be on the love level with you. Other than that, I'm not doing that. Like people might think what I said is disgusting, but real talk, everyone don't get that. Like I don't feel like every female should get their pussy eaten if you're not in love with her or you're not serious with her. I don't feel every dude should get his dick.
But you just had sex with a man, and you weren't in a relationship with him. What the hell is that hypocrisy?
Sucked if you're not on that level with him personally. My personal opinion. I feel like your tongue game is precious. It's precious, and it should be earned. It shouldn't be an everyday thing someone does with someone just randomly. No.
Ooh, child.
Thank you for saying that. Let me go check my rights. You're right about that. Thank you.
What happens? What did somebody say?
Someone said in the comments, you better go check your.
She was the woman that had this wonderful food. I'm not eating at your house. No, I don't want it. I know where you've been. I don't want it. Keep my plate. Keep it.
I wish Kendra would say it. You just had sex with a man, a couple months ago. You said it from your own mouth. You said you just had sex with a man a couple months ago. And now you're saying that you shouldn't give it to just any man. But you weren't in a relationship with that man.
You can eat it, girl.
No problem.
Let's do it.
That is so funny.
Girl, we done forgot. You done changed. I literally forgot you made.
That was not canned veggie, sweetheart. No, it wasn't. To be honest, it was frozen. But okay.
Okay. But I will say this. You're a man's dream, potentially. I mean, you know how to cook. You like to be freaky in the bedroom. So
you're not using any type of that.
For a guy, you're gonna have a real good time together. All right, let's do it, boo. Give them your IG page.
The insanity of women. I don't know. I find that the hypocrisy in it. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? All right, guys. That is it for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Artie, my brother, thank you. Omni, thank you, my brother, for stopping by. Red Door, my sister, I love you. Thank you for stopping by. Poor man. Thank you, my brother. Aljun, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Noodles, love you. Thank you for stopping by, my brother. Wayne, thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Love you, my brother. Wayne, Big Bars. My brother, Big Bars. Thank you. Any more shout outs? Steve M. The guy came from AJ's page. Thank you. Thank you for the love. I love you guys, right? All right. Please check out my other videos. Please like, If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please check out my other videos. Please like them. Please comment. It's helpful. I mean, if you could share them, that'd be great. But yes, anything else? I love you guys, right? You guys are amazing. All right, check you guys out on the next